Today we have nobody dresses for school anymore, and it shows. We've been reacting to a lot of these school videos as of late, and it's getting bad out here. But now, not so much focusing on the teachers, it looks like we're gonna be focusing on the students that are, they kind of are growing up way too fast and probably wearing some inappropriate stuff to school, man. But let's get right into the video and see what it's talking about. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Tap into the Twitch streams. We streaming every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we are having a big stream on Tuesday, so you don't want to miss that. YouTube, make sure you guys tap into the Twitch. The link is in the description. We're having a big challenge stream on Tuesday on Twitch. Y'all pull up. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Let's get right into the video.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look sweet.
Girl, these kids going to school looking like they look
Damn.
like bona fide. All you see is cheek, belly buttons, and
Yeah, back in my school days, Zane, you could not wear this to school, bro. Hell no.
shirts with rubber bands.
Why do
Wow.
you need a sexy teacher? Wearing a bodycon dress or a bodycon skirt is bananas.
There
That's a
are
teacher?
these girls that are just dressing in bras going to school.
Having a huge BBL and you're posting it like, this is my outfit for the day, this is my teacher's
Ew.
outfit, and you're turning around and then like you're posing at the school in front of the school bus, like that's not appropriate.
I don't know if you preparing them for the school year or for the club.
There's been a huge shift in how people show up to school, and it's starting to blur certain boundaries that at one time were very obvious. We're now seeing students wearing back-to-school outfits that are more suited
What?
for the weekend than a Wednesday morning. From mini skirts to
That's
low-cut
crazy.
shirts, a lot of the outfits we see young people and teenagers in today would have earned you a zip-up hoodie from the Lost and Found and a pink write-up slip before first period.
Facts. Matter of fact, your parents gonna have to come pick you up type shit. Like, you couldn't walk around in school like that. No way.
Period. And what makes it even more confusing is the teacher handing you that write-up slip is in skin-tight clothing and has 3 shirt buttons unbuttoned. In this video, I'm not trying to bring back toxic
GXD,
dress
what a
code.
good.
We're going to talk about how the school standard shifted and how outfits that once used to cross the line are now the new normal. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe. Codes were taken very seriously. Back in the early 1900s, most schools didn't even have official uniforms because there was already this expected dress code. You came to school looking neat, polished, and covered.
This group is our ideal of the proper school attire and social behaviors of the Hicksville Junior High students.
Long skirts, slacks, buttons.
You had the paddleboard in your school coming up for real? Sheesh, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't have the paddleboard. That would have been a different experience. The teachers smacking that booty.
Ups, cardigans. The dress code wasn't plastered on the wall, but everyone understood it. And that mainly was because school was treated like a professional environment. Not to mention it showed respect.
They need to bring that shit back though. I think teachers should be able to whoop these kids. Some of these kids be way out of line.
For the space, your peers, and your teachers. You wouldn't show up in pajamas or spaghetti straps, and if you did, you'd probably be turned right back around and sent home to change.
Hemline length had to be below the knee. No dungarees. Dungarees were a big style at the time, in part because Marilyn Monroe wore them. And when Marilyn wore dungarees, a lot of girls said, wow, I'm wearing dungarees. Now, what happened if you didn't follow these rules? Well, first, you got disciplined. You got sent to the principal's office. 2, you kind of got publicly humiliated. The school shamed you for wearing those clothes.
Now, this mindset started to shift when schools wanted students to have the choice to express themselves more.
Of course, by the end of the 1960s, this dress code thing was collapsing. And I think a student took a case to the Supreme Court about wearing an armband. Armbands were making a statement against Vietnam War, black armbands. And the student won.
So instead of enforcing uniforms, they started to become a bit more laid back to dress codes. Now, when I say laid back, I'm being very generous because I was in school around the late 2010s, and trust me when I say the dress code could get brutal. There was the arm length test, the fingertip rule, no ripped jeans, and if you did wear ripped jeans, you had to wear leggings underneath them.
Yeah, like that's kind of how I remember it. And matter of fact, like even in middle schools, like bro, we couldn't even wear hoodies with logos and shit. Like, they were still pretty strict.
Because, ooh, knees. If your shoulder was visible, immediate no. I don't think these kids nowadays understand how easy they have it.
Yeah,
they wearing crop
facts.
tops to school, y'all. We couldn't even show our shoulders. Y'all remember when we couldn't wear spaghetti straps or like the wife beaters? We couldn't wear those. If it was
Like, I remember there literally used to be security guards riding around in the golf carts like, hey, bro, hey, come here, bro. We writing you up. You going straight to the principal's office.
revealing that shoulder, baby, we was getting sent right on home.
The shorts had to be past our fingertips, standing like this. Not only could we not wear shorts though, we also could not wear leggings or yoga pants. We couldn't wear tank tops. They had to be like 3 fingertips. I don't even know. Like, I'm not kidding. The days that you could get away with wearing like leggings, I'm not kidding. Leggings with a big t-shirt, like a miracle.
But as society started to,
I think leggings started becoming like acceptable like towards the end of when I was in high school. But past that, you couldn't even wear leggings.
progress
As a girl.
and trends started to rise, a lot of people started pushing back on these dress codes, saying that they were almost causing more harm than good.
Now, 14-year-old Natalie Chidoni and her friends want to see what they call outdated dress codes changed. Chidoni said any holes in the pants above one's knee is a violation. Skirts and dresses have to be no less than 2 inches above your kneecap, and you can't show any shoulders. Now, if you're wearing leggings to school, you must wear a shirt that's big enough to cover your bottom. Chidoni said these codes target girls more than boys.
The argument was, why are kids getting pulled out of class for a tank top, girls specifically, when they're just here to learn?
It is wrong to tell a 10-year-old that she is showing too much skin and that she must wait in the office while her parents bring her a change of clothing.
Nah, man, that's crazy. Everybody's mindset just backwards nowadays, because it's like, while I can agree that, you know, the whole point of being in school is to learn. So if you getting dragged out of class for clothes, it might, you could try to make the argument where it's like, yo, you're taking away from my learning and because you're worried about what I'm wearing. But at the end of the day, bro, if what you're wearing is inappropriate, you are a distraction to everybody else in the class. That's a fact.
Because then school administrators are prioritizing her.
And not to mention that we just live in a terribly over-sexualized world where it's just like, nah, school needs to be a place where certain rules are upheld, period.
Body over her education.
It's supposed to be right above the knee. And so teachers are identifying kids that are dressed inappropriately.
It's not inappropriate. Let's stop using that word. Okay. She's 11 years old. This is very appropriate for her age.
People felt like the message being taught wasn't about discipline or focus, but almost to shame or even sexualize the student.
School dress codes are a way in which our society children.
Nah, bro, because the real issue is like, when you take the rules away, it's kind of like what we've seen in like the streamer world, right? Everybody was complaining about the rules and YouTube and streaming and Twitch just being like too complicated. But then boom, you get that platform like Kick where they took the rules away, and then people just start doing stupid shit, bro. People are that dumb. It's like you give them an inch, they gonna take a mile. So that's why, again, like, as a content creator, you know, it's like, obviously I wish I didn't have to like bite my tongue with certain shit, but at the same time, bro, when you just let people run rampant and do whatever, like they just do stupid shit. So it's the same thing with children, especially children who are easily influenced by the outside world. They watching shit on the internet. If you don't give them no rules, like, they're gonna learn bad habits and do stupid shit.
I see teenagers, I saw children. At no point in my brain was I noticing like what they were wearing. I was way more focused on making sure they understood how to graph quadratic equation.
All right, Karen, shut the fuck up.
Than I was about if their t-shirt covered their belly button.
Now, this is one of the reasons why I believe schools started letting up on dress codes, but comment your opinion down below. Now, here's where the consistency started switching up when it came to dress codes. And keep in mind, every school is different. So one school may enforce dress codes a bit more, but you'll always have that other school that just lets kids wear whatever they want. And once that kind of contrast starts showing up, and then you throw social media in the mix, suddenly dress codes seem more like a suggestion than a rule. All it takes is one viral TikTok of a girl in a crop top and a micro skirt with the caption "back to school fit."
Outfit of the day for the first day of school. My tank is from Alfred Eden and then my skirt is from Cider.
And suddenly the girl who
That's crazy.
Got dress coded for leggings realizes that the rules aren't the same everywhere else. So fast forward to now, we have kids now dressing not for the space, but more for themselves. And you're probably thinking, Janae, isn't this a good thing that kids are starting to express and dress for themselves? And while yes, it's a great thing that kids today have the freedom to express themselves through what they wear, but somewhere along the way, self-expression started turning into full fashion freedom, and now it's quite obvious that modesty did not make the school supply list this year. From mini skirts to ultra crop tees, it seems like schools nowadays are letting kids push the boundaries between self-expression and borderline exposure.
Yeah, this is crazy. Some of these fits for girls
While I
in
was
school is insane. I will say though, I feel like this affects women a lot more than it does men.
Searching for this video, my jaw was on the floor. And I feel like in every single video I say this, but
that's what it really comes down to though. I ain't gonna lie, Yellow, you right. It's the parents, bro. Because if you really parenting, you not letting your kid walk out the house a certain way, bro. Bro, little micro story. So I remember in middle school, you know, back in my day at head ass, it was the coolest thing in the world to sag your pants. Like that's what all like the cool kids were doing. They sagging their pants, you know, your underwear showing and shit. And obviously my mom, my dad did not like that shit. I was young, bro. I was in middle school. I was feeding into the hype, bro. And so I wanted to sag my pants, you know what I'm saying? So my mom and dad always constantly telling me, yo, Berto, pull up your pants. Berto, pull up your pants. Berto, pull up your pants. Until one day, bro, I remember my mom, she pulled up to the school. I got out the car and like my pants was sagging and she was like, Berto, pull up your fucking pants or I'm gonna burn all your damn underwear. And I was like, nah, like embarrassed the fuck out. You know that feeling when you are like embarrassed, your skin start feeling hot and you're just like, oh shit. And I was just like, damn, bro. And you know what's crazy, my nigga? I got home that day and I remember I got into the shower. I went into the shower, you know, did my thing, freshened up. And then when I walked back into my room to look for my underwear, gang, I ain't have no drawers, bro. And then I was like, yo, mom, what the like, whoa, mom, what are you talking about? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? She's like, I bet your ass won't be sagging your pants no more. And if you do, go ahead. You're gonna be bare ass out. That was the day I stopped sagging my pants, bro. Bro, you don't know the pain of free balling in jeans, gang. You don't know the pain. Yep. Jamaican, yep, that's a Jamaican mom, bro. That's a Jamaican mom. The next week, she bought me some underwear again, and I ain't ever sagged my pants again. On G. And that's W parenting, bro, so that's what you gotta do.
Am I a prude? I'm only 23 years old, but I feel like a 98-year-old grandma.
You're 23?
Scrolling through these back-to-school outfits.
Every day I come on this app and I feel like a senior citizen. What is going on with you kids in the high school? This girl was mad that she got dress coded for literally wearing a sports bra and underwear to school.
And to say I thought the students were going too far, but wait till we get to the teachers. Now, I graduated high school in 2020, and that 5-year...
Bro, she graduated... I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit making... Sometimes when y'all say certain shit, this shit make me feel old, bro. I graduated high school in 2015, G.
Time span. They're letting kids wear sports bras with blue jeans. Am I missing something? Well, apparently I am, because these outfits aren't just slipping through the cracks. No, they're walking straight through the front doors of these facilities. In a lot of schools, this is the standard for these young students. Now it's completely normal to see belly buttons out, thighs out, chest showing. And when the school isn't even blinking an eye, that's the most concerning part. Now, a lot of people are gonna argue and say it's just a crop top. Let them wear what they want to wear. Why are you looking? Why are you making it weird? We've heard it all.
I wish I would shut the up and let these high schoolers wear whatever the they want to wear to school. Talk about, oh, y'all kids going back to school looking like hoes. So the what? And the fact that it's mostly grown men saying, oh, y'all kids wearing all this little shirts. Why the you staring at the pictures? Why is
Bro, and this is like a terrible mentality to adopt, because it's like, if you just say nothing matters, just let the kids do what they want, bro, they're gonna grow up with that type of mentality, thinking there's no consequences for their actions, bro. You gotta set a strong foundation.
you even looking? Why you ain't scroll? Like, that's the weird shit.
But this isn't about policing children. It's about establishing boundaries in educational and professional spaces. Schools were always supposed to have some kind of standard. Like we mentioned earlier, uniforms, maybe not wearing pajamas to school. What happened to dressing for success? So if dressing for success was the goal back,
they need to really like, and you know, I know when I was in school, I wouldn't have necessarily liked this, because I went to two different types of schools. I had the school that had the uniform, but I also had the school that let you wear whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But again, we still had standards though. Like, we couldn't just, like, the shit that I'm seeing right now, that shit would not fly back in my day. Damn, I gotta stop saying back in my day, bro. It doesn't sound good. I don't like it. I gotta stop saying back in my day. That just has to get out of my vocabulary, gang. I'm done. GG's.
back then, what are the kids dressing for today? If you haven't already guessed, you must be new here, because it is definitely social media. And one thing I will do is blame everything on social media. These kids are growing up watching these celebrities, IG baddies, influencers who live in corsets and cutouts and barely wear outfits.
Whatever she wants to do when she is old enough, she can do.
For 12-year-old Northwest, what she wants to do is rock blue hair and a corset.
I feel like my parents were a little bit more strict on me. I am fine with her expressing herself and having fun with it.
Oh man, GG's to Northy. Bro, the Kardashians are fried, dude. They are fried. When you really think about what they let Kylie do when she was so young, all that plastic surgery being so young, bro, I'm not gonna lie, G. It's GG's for North. And I know Kanye's kind of crazy, but that nigga need to step in, bro. He need to do something before it's too late, bro.
Platforms turned baddie culture into the default. So now these young kids are showing up to school dressed like their favorite influencers or somebody who went viral.
Celebrities teach our children materialism. Oh, it's all about the stuff. If you have this stuff, then you'll be great. And then you can look this way. Because of course, another thing that they teach is it's all about the looks, right? It's all about what you cut off or what you put on or how you caked it on.
Or maybe even what fast fashion recommends as back to school. I came across a back to school ad from Shein. Now you tell me, does this look like back to school attire, or am I tripping? Maybe back to college, but how is a 13-year-old supposed to determine that? As uncomfortable as it is, the algorithm does not care about age. It only cares about what performs well. And in today's day, what performs well is tight.
It just said, Uncle Berto, how was it back then? Listen, man. I'm not that old, bro. I'm not uncle. Yo, these are high school girls? What the fuck?
Revealing and not classroom appropriate. So what happens?
That's like some shit you'd wear to the club. Like, if I were to a club tonight, I would see girls dressed like that.
When the authoritative figures that these students look up to start following by these same social media rules, you ask? Well, it gets a little hard to enforce the rules when you're the one breaking them too. Now listen, I know every teacher is not like the teachers that I will be showing examples of today. But as of now, everybody's catching strays. There has been a bit of a shift when it comes to the teacher aesthetic. Growing up, a lot of your teachers maybe had a specific look to them. Maybe they always wore the same cozy cardigan or practical footwear, like orthopedic shoes for standing most of the day.
Denim dresses and overalls had teachers across the nation in a chokehold. But if you pulled up to the first day of school and your teacher was rocking these, you already knew it was going to be a good year, because all the best teachers rock this.
Well, how about kids today are recognizing their teacher's specific look by which pair of club heels they'll be wearing that day?
Miss Williams. Hey, Miss Williams. It's Monday.
What up, Astro?
Good morning, Miss Williams. Good morning.
Now look, I'm all for a woman feeling and looking good in her heels, but there's always a time and place, and a classroom is not it. Somewhere along the line, the classic teacher look started to fade, and instead of cardigans or classic flats, we're seeing tight dresses, bodycon skirts hugging every curve, and leather.
Yo, these teachers really out here like it's a club, gang. Like, what?
5-inch heels. And I really hate to say it, but instead of looking ready to teach, it's looking a lot more like ready for bottle service. Facts. And not knowing what you're doing is one thing, but blatantly posing to show your assets in the classroom, you know what you're doing.
Yay!
You know. And that's the part that makes a lot of us very uncomfortable. And honestly, it makes me very uncomfortable talking about this topic, but this is a conversation that we need to have.
Yellow said, damn, I would be in class every day if teachers would dress like that. Come on, man. Close your mouth, G. You're foaming. We can see it. Relax. Jesus Christ.
I hate accusing people of very serious things without reason, but a lot of the behavior that we are seeing today,
extra detention,
it's starting to raise a lot of eyebrows, and for the right reasons. When it comes to spaces like schools where children are, it's not just about what you're wearing anymore. It's about the intention behind why you're wearing it.
Giving that you're not there to teach, you're there to accessorize and have photo shoots every damn day, because why is you posted up on the bus like it's the club wall in 2002?
Now, some people even go as far to say that these type of teachers are looking for certain attention from students or maybe competing with students.
Let's just keep it real and admit that some teachers enjoy attention from students.
Yeah, because some of these teachers be lame as fuck, bro. They like, oh shit, okay, now, and that's, you gotta really kind of watch out for those type of people, bro. And you know, I'm not trying to allude to nothing, but it's like, when you a grown ass motherfucker that needs validation from children, you know what I mean? It's like, that's some odd activity, gang. That's some real odd activity.
We're not calling women enough. Like, these teachers who are going to school in bodycon outfits,
they really peas for real. Real shit.
BBLs in heels that you would wear to the club, to school. Like,
it's like, who you trying to impress? Who you trying to impress? Tyrone from third period? Like, why the teacher, you know, texting the kids and shit? Like, what's going on? What? That's a little odd.
Wanting to be attractive to children is a thing that do.
And for just a second, let's play enemy's advocate. Let's say we try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because if we're being real, most of their outfits, most of these women are fully covered. They're not showing any skin. So some would say that they're good. It's just, the classroom isn't the place to blur the line between professional and provocative.
Yeah, if not facts. And you know, again, one of these videos that we had just reacted to, like, I kind of came to that realization too. It's not so much about like how much skin you showing, it's just time and place, bro. You really need to look at school like how you would church. Like, you wouldn't show up to church in certain shit.
And before anyone says, oh, she's only calling these women out because they're curvy or they have more figures than other women.
I mean, it is what it is though. If you blessed with a big juicy booty, like, you got to figure out how to match that shit, especially if you a teacher.
That is not the case. I literally talked about this topic in my video. Nobody likes modesty on fat women. Curvy women shouldn't be shamed for wearing the same things that a skinnier woman could wear. But we also can't pretend.
But we also don't want to see your big belly hanging out the side of your shirt and shit. You know what I'm saying? You not skinny, girl. We just call it a spade a spade. If a skinny girl wears a super tight shit, it's not gonna give the same energy as a bigger girl wearing some super tight shit. And that's no disrespect. It's just like, that shit don't look good, bro.
And like context doesn't matter.
Like, I can't stand when people say that, oh my God, how can she hide her curves and da-da-da. Like, put it on some actual clothes. Back in my days, I remember where teachers was wearing like long cardigans. They never wore tight fitted clothes.
A lady told me a while back, when I became developing, you got to get a butt cape. What is a butt cape? It's a long cardigan. It's not just, she can't help how she shaped. She can. Yeah. But you can help how you dress.
Some outfits just aren't meant for certain environments. Now, a lot of you may not think it's a big deal. It's just teenagers wearing whatever they want, teachers expressing themselves. I truly believe it's smaller things like this that cause huge domino effects in the future. And I know all of this can't be fixed overnight, but starting the conversation is the first thing we can do to acknowledge that this is a problem.
W video, man. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. If you're watching on YouTube, this is the end, bro. But you know, we've been kind of tapping into the school scene that's going on right now, and it's getting weird out here, bro. Parents, start paying attention, bro. Start paying attention to what's going on, bro, because it's getting scary out here. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. If you're watching on YouTube, tap into the Twitch streams. Where you at, family? Link in the description, man. I want to see y'all there. We live stream every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Y'all know where to find us. Peace.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.